What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful 24 official channel. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button today. Let's get started. When Poppy finds out that Lee saved Luna, she says 5 ominous words. According to the Bold and the Beautiful, Poppy Nozawa might utter 5 sinister words after learning that Lee Finnegan saved Luna Nozawa. When Poppy lied about Luna's terrible destiny, Lee was horrified by her response. Poppy's statement that she was relieved Luna was dead only strengthened Lee's conviction that her wild sister was a bad mother to Luna. Lee is now making an effort to help Luna change her life, but it's clear that Luna is being difficult to work with. Since Lee needs to keep her niece and grandchild out of the spotlight for the time being, she was undoubtedly upset about Luna sneaking out. Luna doesn't quite appreciate everything that has been done for her and constantly telling Lee to relax. Lee is opposed to sending Luna back to prison, but given her lengthy criminal history, it is obvious that she belongs there. Lee is still focused on working with a lawyer to develop a legal strategy because she is unaware of Luna's attack on an inebriated Will Spencer. While Luna is working on her own baby-related strategy, Lee is trying to find a solution that will keep Luna free. B&B predicts that Poppy will eventually learn of Lee's deceit about Luna's survival, which will undoubtedly lead to a significant altercation between the sisters. Lee may question why Poppy cares given her harsh response in the hospital, but you can sure that Poppy will protest Lee's fabrication about Luna's death. Poppy will, of course, also object to Lee's efforts to secure Luna's freedom, which leads us to the 5 menacing remarks she might make in retaliation. This is something you will regret. Poppy may foresee that Luna will never genuinely change her life because she realizes that she is no longer her sweet little girl. Poppy will undoubtedly foretell more devastation, and Lee will undoubtedly wish she had never stood up to save Luna from the slammer. We'll keep you updated on Poppy's response to all the messy Luna news because the Bold and the Beautiful claims that she has taped new scenes that will show soon. On the Bold and the Beautiful, Poppy says 5 menacing words after learning that Lee saved Luna, signaling the impending explosion of family strife. Although Poppy and Lee Nozawa have been at odds for years, their most recent argument could have disastrous results. It all revolves on Luna Nozawa, the unstable young lady who has become a liability and a tragedy due to her careless actions, plots, and criminal history. Lee's dangerous decision. When Lee Finnegan intervened to save Luna from a terrible fate, she believed she was doing morally. Lee's protective instincts went into overdrive after she heard Poppy's startling admission at the hospital that she was pleased her own kid was dead. No matter how far Luna had fallen, she couldn't see her niece go into oblivion. Lee saw a chance to step in, protect Luna from more severe punishment, and guide her in the direction of atonement. However, Lee's choice hasn't been simple. Luna is agitated, contemptuous, and unwilling to accept responsibility for her previous deeds, which included her unsettling manipulation of Will Spencer. Lee keeps emphasizing the need for prudence and advises Luna to remain focused as she develops a legal defense plan. However, Luna lashes out in rebellion and tells her to calm down whenever Lee warns her since she dislikes her aunt's dominance. Poppy's callous disclosure. Poppy's earlier admission in the hospital has already caused tension in the sisters' relationship. Poppy's reaction to Lee's first belief that Luna had died was one of startling relief rather than sadness. With her frustration and resentment leaking out for everyone to hear, she said, "I'm glad she's dead." Lee was greatly hurt by those remarks, which strengthened her conviction that Poppy was unsuitable to have ever been a mother. Now that Luna is still alive and under Lee's careful observation, the truth will eventually surface, and the sisters will clash as a result. The 5 dangerous phrases. According to spoilers, Poppy will not remain silent once she finally realizes Lee's deceit. The Nozawa family will be rocked to its foundation by the coming showdown. As the dispute intensifies, Poppy might give her sister a direct look and say 5 terrifying words. "You'll be sorry you did this." Not only will those comments hurt, but they will loom large in the atmosphere as a warning, a threat, and possibly even a prophecy. Poppy doesn't think Luna will change. She no longer views Luna as her darling little kid. Instead, she sees her as a dangerous adult whose decisions can only result in chaos, heartache, and devastation. What happens next? Poppy would argue that Lee is merely postponing the inevitable, even though Lee might think she is saving Luna. Poppy believes that catastrophe is imminent because of Luna's cunning plan, her deceptive actions, and her inability to take accountability. Additionally, the aunt and niece may perish together if Lee keeps shielding her. Will Poppy's forecast come to pass? If Luna lashes out in another destructive spiral, Will he come to regret helping her? And might Luna's deadly rivalry with Elektra Forrester and her secrets with Will Spencer eventually surface at the worst possible time? There's no denying that when Poppy says you'll regret this, since those 5 menacing words could lead to the next big B&B family breakdown.